morning, everybody. So we should say firstly thanks to you all for coming here. It's not easy for us. Mainly, we do a lot of activities, but making public outreach is very difficult. But you guys are the real players who sends a message of what we do, the good work mainly, skilling as well as helping people to get funded and bringing various ecosystem players in life sciences mainly, bringing together. So my name is Dr. Jagadish Ganla. So I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Federation of Asian Biotech Association. So this meeting, what we are doing here is basically about the activities that are happening from August 3rd to August 18th. We call it as FABA Innovation Summit. So Innovation Summit has 3 events. One is Drug Discovery and Development Workshop, where we are training future leaders in the drug discovery, mainly the tablets or any cancer medicine, any other medicine, like how do we develop. That's what we are training. And people are attending from 10 countries, and they're being trained from around 40 professionals from all over the world. And the second event is FABA Whale Tank, where we are helping startups raise money, big ticket investments, and the Innovation Summit, where we are bringing all the leaders in the industry together. More details will be shared by Professor Edena. So on this panel here today, whom we have Dr. Ratnakar, who is the Secretary General of Federation of Asian Biotech Association, FABA. And then we have Mr. Chakravarti AVPS, whom you all know. He is the man behind the whole event. So he is the International Advisory Committee Board member for FABA. And we have Professor Edena, who just now returned back from US. And looking at his commitment, you might understand that what he wants to bring to the life sciences ecosystem. So he's the executive president of FABA. He is one of the founding member of FABA, which started the main mission to bridge the gap between industry and academia. Then we have Professor Samrat El Sabat, Director R&D, University of Hyderabad, one of our partner who is strongly supporting us from the beginning on. Then we have Professor Bindu Madhav Reddy from University of Hyderabad, also a core team member in organizing the meetings. Now I will hand over to Professor Edena, who will speak more about the events, what we are doing.
Thank you, Jagadish. First of all, very good morning, and let me thank you all for joining us during this FABA Innovation Summit launching. And as Jagadish was mentioning, the Federation of Asian Biotech Association, a non-profit organization that we launched in 2004, mainly to promote academy of industry interactions and provide a platform for sharing of the knowledge and technologies, not only within India, but across the entire Asia. And very recently, we have even reaching out to Africa and other countries also. There is a chapter in Nigeria, there is a chapter in the United States. So there are about 20 countries where FABA chapters are located. So the main objective of FABA is to have a forum for free flow of technologies, free flow of knowledge between the academy and industry across the globe, irrespective of the various political scenarios that are there, differences that we have across various countries. And so as part of the various activities of the Federation of Asian Biotech Associations, we have been organizing workshops, conferences, and seminars of interest to the academy as well as to the industry. And one of the flagship events that you're all aware is the BioAsia, which was launched almost 2 decades back and is happening in Hyderabad for the past 2 decades in Hyderabad in February in HICC. And I'm sure you might have attended this year's BioAsia also. So it has become a global bio-business forum, which was started by FABA, and now the government of Telangana, earlier government of Andhra Pradesh, has come forward and in fact taken this as a flagship event specifically in the area of life sciences, and it is growing leaps and bounds every year. And in addition to that, FABA has been organizing various events in skill development activities, in promoting startup ecosystem, in promoting academy and industry interactions at different time points in different locations. So this year what we thought was let us have a FABA innovation system, innovation summit, one event where this will be a flagship event that will recur every year from now onwards. And this FABA Innovation Summit will have the Drug Discovery and Development Workshop, as Jagdish was pointing out, which we are organizing in association with Science Gurus, a non-profit organization based in California, and University of Hyderabad. This is the 5th edition that we are conducting in association with Science Gurus on drug discovery and development. This drug discovery and development workshop was just inaugurated by our Vice Chancellor on 3rd August, and it will run up to 16th August. And so this covers the entire spectrum of starting from the academic institutions where the discoveries will be taking place, and then preclinical development by various CROs that are involved, and then the various big pharma or biotech companies come forward and then take it forward to the next development stage. So all these spectrum of events that are associated with drug discovery and development are being covered, and it will run up to 16th of August. So this is followed by the whale tank event, which we have launched earlier also, but this is immediately follows after the drug discovery and development. And whale tank event is a platform for promising startups to the venture financing system. So the startup ecosystem is growing like anything in terms of so thanks to the support that was given by the government of India and many other state governments, there is a large number of incubation centers which were set up in academic institutions. And today there are about 2,000 incubation centers, and out of that, 460 are in life sciences itself. And these incubation centers are distributed across the country. And I'm happy to share that Telangana, that is Hyderabad, has the largest number of life science incubation centers located. This is followed by Bangalore, then the Delhi, then a number of other Chennai and other centers. But there are 26 life sciences incubation centers in Hyderabad, and 21 in Bangalore, and 19 in Delhi, like that. So this shows the innovation that is happening in Hyderabad. And so as part of this, we have selected the most promising startup companies and then showcasing them to investors. A number of venture capital organizations around the world are in fact attending this whale tank event, and wherein they will go through these startups and then see what is happening is, with the support from the government of India, the support from their friends and relatives of their own money, a large number of startups have come into the established, and they are okay to a particular level, but the next level of innovation requires much more funding than what they are getting, and that is the gap that is existing in the country. Any innovation that is taking place from the startup ecosystem, it has to go to the next level, means it requires the venture financing system. The venture financing system culture is not very well developed in India. Unlike if you see the either Bay Area, that is California area, or Boston area, or Europe, or Japan and other leading countries, there is a very well matured venture financing system, which is not present, and that is where FABA wanted to bridge that kind of gap by bringing the VCs across the globe and then showcasing the potential startups to these VCs. So that is the Whale Tank event that we are doing on 17th August, which is a physical event. The Drug Discovery and Development Workshop is a online event which is happening. And this is immediately followed by the Life Sciences Innovation Cluster meeting within the School of Life Sciences at University of Hyderabad. And there we are bringing the partners, not only from the academy and industry within India, but also around the world. Some of the country ambassadors are coming and participating in it. So the main idea of this Life Sciences Innovation Cluster meeting is to how exactly we can promote the innovative ecosystem and what is required. If you see globally wherever the innovations are happening, and that is mainly because of interactions that are taking place between academy and industry. And that is the one which is lacking. And FABA has been playing a role in promoting such academy industry interactions right from the beginning. And this Life Science Innovation Cluster is also one such kind of thing. So as part of this, so why are we promoting this innovation ecosystem? If you see the global innovation hubs across the country, across the world, if you see, India is not figuring anywhere in the top 20 innovation hubs. So we are maybe 40, 50th country where the innovation is happening. And not only that, if you take healthcare, global healthcare market into consideration, it is about $10 trillion. And Indian healthcare market, the capturing of the global healthcare market is only about $370 billion. And that comes to only 3.72% of the global healthcare market. And today we see we have a large number of pharma companies, biotech companies, vaccine manufacturing companies. And even then also, and exporting throughout the world, even then our share of the market, healthcare market, is only 3.72%. That is mainly because we are exporting only generics, biosimilars. There is no innovative product. The real money is present only in the innovative products. And if India has to grow bigger and reach to the next level, it is the only way that we have to focus is promoting innovative ecosystem. And innovations have to come. And if wherever you see the innovations have come up by interactions between academy and industry, and interactions between the startups and the big pharma or biotech companies. And in fact, there is a new trend that has come up that big pharma have stopped their innovations in-house, and they would like to house or outsource the innovations that are taking place in academic institutions or startups. It is a very big opportunity for our own startups as well as academic institutions to showcase what is happening in academic institutions and then promote the translation of the innovations that are taking place and come up with innovative products. So that is why FABA has been focusing on promoting such kind of innovations event, and FABA has been organizing these events at different dates, in a year. Drug discovery development workshop in 1 month, and then a well tank event another month, and the innovation cluster. So last year we organized the innovation cluster meeting in Genome Valley. This year we are organizing within an academic setup institution that is at University of Hyderabad. So this FABA Innovation Summit is to bring all of them and then come up with a kind of a flagship event of FABA every year, which will be happening with focusing on all innovations. Innovations at the drug discovery development workshop is mainly we are doing. So it requires, if at all innovations have to take place within academic institutions and the pharma or biotech companies, you require the manpower, you require the knowledge, what is happening for this kind of innovations. So that is why drug discovery and development workshop that we are doing, which covers all aspects of innovation. Today we had the talks specifically on the 3D bioprinting, printing of organ on a chip. And in fact, today's speaker, he was mentioning about human on a chip. Whatever that entire thing that is happening in the body after you take a drug, that can be depicted in a human on a chip system. And it will, without conducting the human trials, you will get a lot of information on such a kind of thing. So these are the developments that are taking place, which we are showcasing to the industry, showcasing to the academic institutions. So that is one. And startups have to play a major role in the promoting innovative ecosystem, coming up with innovative products. And that is why the drug discovery and development workshop is immediately followed by startup ecosystem thing. And the third one is, in order to promote such kind of innovations, ultimately it boils down to convince the industry that they have to go for innovative product development, to convince the government that it is happening, that we need to promote such a kind of innovative ecosystem in terms of promoting academy and industry interactions, in terms of giving the incentives to the industry to take up, go for innovations. And so that is where we have called not only industry leaders and academic institutional heads, but also from the government organizations. And so these are the efforts that are being made. Not only these three events, but we wanted to celebrate various kind of achievements that have taken place in terms of the innovations that have taken place in terms of the scientific contributions. FABA has been giving these kind of awards. Dr. B.S. Bajaj Memorial FABA Excellence Award. That is the one which we have been giving all along. You may be knowing that Dr. B.S. Bajaj is one of the founder members of, he was the key figure behind in establishing the Federation of Asian Biotech Associations. And for many years, he was running this organization, and we were all helping that. In his honor, we have instituted this FABA Excellence Award. And in addition to this, FABA Lifetime Achievement Award is also being given. And this year, we are giving FABA Excellence Award to one of the innovations that have taken place, the CAR T therapy, cell-based therapies that have come up by developed by a scientist. ImmunoAct is the startup company established by a professor from IIT Mumbai, and this was supported by the Laurus labs in Hyderabad itself. So the first CAR T therapy in the country that has come up is because of these interactions between academy and industry. And in fact, we are recognizing this kind of innovation that has taken place. We are giving the Dr. B.S. Bajaj Memorial Award to him. And for the Lifetime Achievement Award, we have seen Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, who was former Director General of ICMR, and she was also in the WHO and many other fora, and he effectively handled the COVID-19 operations around the world. And in fact, we are honoring her through the FABA Lifetime Achievement Award. Not only these three, and we wanted to honor the excellence, innovations that are taking place. FABA Innovation Award for young scientists below the age of 35, we are giving a cash prize of 5 lakhs. And we have invited applications. There are about 50 plus applications received across the country. A committee, international committee, is going through that, and we will be shortlisting. And I must thank NATCO Pharma for coming forward to establish this award. And this award is being established in memory of Dr. Ella Pragada Subbarao, one of our eminent scientists who went to US, worked at Liberty Laboratories, and then came up with many innovative products. So in his honor, Dr. Ella Pragada Subbarao Memorial Innovation Award for young scientists below the age of 35 we are giving, with a cash prize of 5 lakhs. And in addition to this, whatever the innovations that are taking place in academic institutions through doctoral research, the best doctoral research contribution that is happening in the academic institutions, we have invited applications, and in fact, there are about 100 applications we have received. They are being screened also, and we will be rewarding them with a cash prize of 2 lakhs. And I must thank Dr. Anand Govindaluri from Govind Foundation, who has come forward to contribute this every year in the next 10 years. And so these are the various events that the Federation of Asian Biotech Association is coming up with various kind of programs to promote an innovative ecosystem in the country, not only in the country, even other countries also. And in this, I must acknowledge that University of Hyderabad has played a key role when I was there as a faculty member, and then even afterwards also. University of Hyderabad was a key partner in all the activities that we have been doing in the last several years, not only in drug discovery and development workshop or whale tank event and life science ecosystem innovation cluster meeting. When we organized the life science innovation cluster meeting in Genome Valley, in fact, our vice chancellor was the chief guest. He came all the way to Genome Valley and then conducted this, interacted with industry leaders. And I must thank that the university has agreed to host the next event within the campus. And we have with us Professor Samrat Sabat, and he will be talking, elaborating more on this. So with this, I think I stop at this point, and our colleagues here will be adding some more points at this point.
Thank you so much, sir. I mean, that shows the passion what you are committed to. And next, I would like to ask Chakravarti sir. He's our favorite. He's
Professor Sabar speaks, the university is representative, and after that, industry will speak. No problem.
okay.
So all this is mainly happening because of help that we have received from Mr. Chakravarti.
Okay. Please go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. Thank you, Professor Redana, Dr. Chakravarti, Ratnakar, my colleague Bindu. I represent University of Hyderabad, myself, Professor Samrat El Sabat, Director R&D Cell. The University of Hyderabad is a premier institute in the city of Hyderabad. We are a centrally funded institute known for good in teaching and research. We are celebrating our golden jubilee year. That means in the higher education timeline, we are a younger university, I will say. But we are doing extremely well in both teaching and research. We are mainly do three things in our campus. One is teaching, research, and outreach. So we have around 420 faculty members actively engaged in teaching almost all disciplines of science, humanities, and social science. Our faculty members are well versed with the research endeavors. We execute around 185 research projects in campus at any point of time on an average, tuned to 130 crores of Indian rupees. That tells that which length and breadth we conduct research in our campus. Apart from this extramural research, our faculty members are also engaged actively with the industry to get consultant projects of different tones. And our master students, PhD students are on the part of study. They engage themselves in the research. That means I want to highlight that University of Hyderabad is more towards research, of course, balancing towards teaching and outreach activities. So when we talk about the research activities in the University of Hyderabad, we are rewarded with the Institution of Eminence tag because of our best in both teaching and research and based on our past performance. And Institution of Eminence tag was given to 10 public institutes and 10 private institutes by Ministry of Education 5 years back. We are doing very well and building a good number of infrastructure inside the campus for that. Coming back to the teaching, our faculty members normally take the research from lab to classroom. So instead of going purely on the conventional mode of teaching, we are now more focused towards experiential teaching. And when we talk about experiential teaching, we take help from the industry experts and take those things into the classroom so that students get benefit out of what is going on in the industry and how they will enrich more in their subjects. So this is how we involve industry experts in our normal curriculum, normal classroom teaching also. Apart from industry academia in the lab, in the research. So we have established a good number of good infrastructure, I will say, where the startups and industries comes to our lab and we work jointly and leverage our facilities to the industry, to the startups and work together. So we have not only a good number of research projects executed in the campus, we have around 45 patents in our name, and those are mostly translational research, right? So when you talk about basics research, basic science research and translation research, we are doing very well in those domains. So, but we strongly believe that the research will lead to the discovery. And if you want to integrate this research into the innovations, and normally those things are more happens in the industry, so we have to talk each other, and we are doing very well. And we invite many industries to our campus to work together so that whatever research happens in the lab, it gets translated into the field. So we talk that as a lab to field. And when we talk about taking a research from the lab to field, normally academia feel a lot of obstacles there, and industry is good at that, right? And it is not only about taking this idea or taking this discovery, whatever happens in the lab to the field. You have to talk more about funding. You have to talk more about risk, all these things. So where industry is good at that, and VC, venture capitalist also. So FABA gives a unique platform to us in that sense, which has academia, which has VC funding, financiers, startup companies. So all alone in a single platform, FABA is doing very well. So we are very proud to be associated with the FABA in that respect. And with FABA, we have a very long-standing relationship. Last couple of years, we are doing events together. And the uniqueness about this interacting with FABA is that the startups, the VC financiers, and the government agencies, organizations, they come together. And in this year also, we have planned this Life Science Cluster Meet on August 18th in our campus with FABA. So in that, we'll have around 100 number of expertise from industries, from different government agencies, startup CEOs, they will be there, and they will interact with our faculty members, they will interact with our students, and so that things, cross-cutting research will happen there, and the ideas can migrate from the lab to the field. At the same time, when we talk about teaching and research, we have a very strong ecosystem of innovation also in our campus. We have an Aspire Section 8 company, which has 3 incubators inside the campus, housing around 55 to 60 startup companies. So luckily, this event will happen in the same building, and these 60 startup companies also will have chance to talk with these industry experts, industry CEOs, and those who are looking for problem to solve, and they have solution at their hand. So, and this kind of cross-talking will help not only to this university system, not only to the FABA, but at the whole the country also. So this is all about how this event will help University of Hyderabad and our association with the FABA to take this kind of event further. We are very proud again to be associated with the FABA for this kind of event. It is coming to us. With your help again, I appeal to all other industries also to come forward to the University of Hyderabad and explore the facilities we have, and we are very open to talk with any industry in that respect, because we believe that if you want to take any research into the field, we have to take help from the industry, right? And Professor Redana rightly told that many of these industries now, they offload their innovation part to the academia institute because we have resources, we have timeline. We strongly believe in that. And with this note, I will stop talking about this in this event. Thank you, FABA, for conducting this event again.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to invite Chakravarti, sir, to speak few words. I mean, he's actually taking all our India's innovation to the globe. If you see his LinkedIn page, he's representing in many countries. He talks highly about Indian innovation. And one of the things he's also known is that his attachment to the industry. So we are so fortunate that we are collaborating with him, and he's bringing a lot of international players as well as industry players to the event, as well as beyond that, especially the startups, because startups, they have good innovation, but they just don't know when to exit to the different industry or where the industry they can get help for the funding as well. That's where I think we are fortunate to get attached with Chakravarti sir, and we want you to speak.
Thank you, Dr. Jagdish. In fact, as many of you might have seen me in several forums, I'm so passionately attached with the Federation of Asia Biotech Associations, even though they call me as an advisor on international affairs. But I consider myself as a volunteer to do a little bit of myself. Completely inspired by Professor Redana Garu, who is actually the founder director of this very noble association. He's the Dean of Life Sciences in Hyderabad Central University. He has been a mentor for all of us for a long time, almost a couple of decades. That's the binding point for all of us. Thank you, Dr. Jagdish. As he told, I also represent the Federation of Pharma Entrepreneurs, being the chairman of AP Telangana and also on the national board as senior vice president. Industry academia collaboration, we are talking about it. Thank you, sir, Professor Samrat El Sabatji, and your colleague, Professor Bindu Madhav Reddy Garu. In fact, HU has been in the forefront. I'll tell you a small example. Many of us think, why an industry and academia collaboration? You'll be surprised to know that India is doing around $26-27 billion of exports, and equally around 20, equally in the domestic output also. The largest selling drug in the world by Merck, the Keytruda, we call, that itself, the sale of the drug itself is around $26 billion already. Just imagine the power of a molecule, power of an invention, power of an innovation, or innovation which lead to a commercial project, ultimately help the mankind. That is where the academia comes into fore. So being the representative of the industry here and also as our association partner, I need to share a few of the stats also. While India is the largest provider of generic drugs globally, we keep on telling you about this for a long time. Indian pharma industry is currently ranked third in terms of volume and supplying to more than 215 countries. Even during COVID time also, our mettle of Indian pharma industry has been proved, not only supplying the life-saving drugs, but also the necessary vaccines also to more than 150 countries. We proved the West wrong that eventually during that severe pandemic times, we had our own indigenously developed vaccine and self-sufficient for all of us, 130 billion people. And then we carried forward our contribution to the global healthcare by supplying to 150 countries. Generic drugs, over-the-counter medications, bulk drugs, vaccines, contract research, manufacturing, biosimilars, biologics are some of the major segments of the Indian pharma industry. But we talk about the biosimilars and biotechnology also. Bioeconomy as a whole we talk. And if you take only Indian pharma alone, we are for sure to reach already $65 billion this year, 2024 and 2025. And most likely we expect to reach 130 billion turnover by 2030. And we are expecting around 450 billion by 2047. This is our, and India is among the top 12 destinations for biotechnology worldwide, this which we are talking about. The third largest destination for biotechnology in Asia Pacific. The country holds, as Professor Redena sir has told, 3 to 5% of the global biotechnology industry. We are small in number now, but with the initiatives like FABA and academia, HU, like initiatives happening all around, we are definitely go leaps and bounds in the future. Indian bioeconomy is valued at $137 billion US dollars now, and we aim to achieve around 300 billion by 2030. We are talking about the bioeconomy. Biosimilars market in India is estimated to grow at a compounded CAGR of 22% because we are making major strides here to become 12 billion by next year, and this would represent almost 20% of the total pharmaceutical market in India. And also the biotechnology industry comprises, as you said, I need to elaborate this. Let's not confuse between just basic pharmaceuticals and the biopharmaceuticals. The bioeconomy is a whole gamut of biopharmaceuticals, bioservices. For example, we talk about innovations in agri-tech also, food and agri-tech also come in this way. And bioagriculture, as I said to you just now, the bioindustry and the bioinformatics as well. The IT, I think you know how good we are at IT in Telangana, and also how good we are at chemistry. I keep telling in several forums why we have a bright future in the, for our industry, for India and Telangana also in particular, because we have great scientists in chemistry and we have great technologists in electronics, the digital technology. Professor Sabat himself is a qualified electronics engineer, but contributing to the biotechnology. So both the integration of the digital technology and the biotechnology is so much in the future. As Professor Redana sir gave just an example, to read a human, you don't require to do a lot of tests, okay? Just imagine a chip introduced into the body and the whole gamut of the life cycle of the human will be studied with the integration of the digital technology. So the complete the paradigm of healthcare is going to change in the future. The traditional healthcare is going to change. We are going to have more of a personalized medicines and personalized So prevention is more occupying than the cure. We are not going to wait till the disease comes. So we are already preventing the disease by studying. You are talking about the gene therapy and cell therapy. Just like Aadhaar card, you will have the entire gene of the human will be studied, and you will be assessed in the next 10 years what you are going to get, what kind of diseases you might have to get in the future. So that will be preempted. So the life sciences is completely changing. The healthcare gamut is completely changing. Now we are talking about that more on the biotechnology. As I already told, we have a market size of Indian pharmaceutical industry. We are talking about the biosimilars market also in the future is going to evolve in the future. And what we are talking about, the contribution of the FABA and the HCO together, Hyderabad Central University, the Professor Redina has already briefed you. The three whale tank, you must be wondering what is the whale tank. You all know the Shark Tank. We keep seeing the TVs. This is much bigger than those innovations. We are very, very confident the kind of innovations taking place in this sphere are going to rule the business and going to rule the economy of the India and show a path to the world also. So we are very confident. Few of the innovations, I think my colleagues will explain to you also what are being showcased in the whale tank, and all over India and some from abroad also they have come forward to showcase their innovations as startups. And then on the third day, on the 18th, we have an innovation summit also. So all of the drug discovery workshop, very unique workshop is happening already. It started on 3rd of August and it will be continuous till 16th. I think these are the innovations taking forward the role of the Indian pharma and the biotechnology together very positively. As I told you in the beginning, a small innovation in the laboratory will pave a way to make it commercialized, to be a big economy force by itself and contribute to the national economic growth also. And the kind of awards which you have been instituted and giving to the CAR-T therapy has evolved from a university, IIT Powai. I met the professor also last time a couple of months back. He was in Hyderabad, and they are going to felicitate him with this award also. So these are going to contribute to the industry to find the new molecules and turn them to the big commercial opportunities also. So ultimately, the man can get more benefited. And we are open for a Q&A, and over to Dr. Gandhi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Some points, additional points from Professor.
Thank you all, and thank you all for witnessing this event. Especially, I may try to add some Telugu also for local media. ఇది యూనివర్సిటీ తరపున ఇది చాలా మంచి పరిణామం అని భావిస్తున్నాము. ఎందుకంటే గత స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ విద్యా ప్రమాణాలలో ఎప్పుడూ టాప్గా నిలుస్తున్నాం. ఇది గత 10 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి కేంద్ర రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వాల విధి విధానాల వలన స్టార్టప్ కల్చర్ అనేది ముందుకు వచ్చింది ఇన్నోవేషన్ని ప్రమోట్ చేయడానికి. ఎస్పెషల్లీ అకాడమిక్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్స్లో ఈ ఇన్నోవేషన్ థాట్ని తీసుకురావడానికి ప్రభుత్వాలు ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నాయి. సో దాన్ని అందిపుచ్చుకొని యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్లో కూడా స్టార్టప్ ఫెసిలిటీని స్టార్ట్ చేశాం 10 సంవత్సరాల ముందు. ఇప్పుడు దాదాపు 100 కంపెనీల పైన స్టార్టప్ కంపెనీస్ స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి దాదాపు 40 కంపెనీలు గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ అయ్యాయి. అంటే అక్కడ ఇన్నోవేషన్ కానీ మొదటి బిగినింగ్ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంటేషన్స్ అన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫేస్ కానీ లేదంటే ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ కానీ దే వెంట్ అవుట్ అండ్ దెన్ స్టార్టెడ్ దేర్ ఓన్ కంపెనీస్. అలా ఇప్పుడు ఆల్మోస్ట్ 60 కంపెనీస్ ఇప్పుడు యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్లో స్టార్టప్ కంపెనీస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇది ఇంకొక శుభ పరిణామం ఏమంటే ఫ్యాకల్టీస్ ఆల్రెడీ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ అయిన మా స్టూడెంట్స్ అలమ్నస్ అండ్ ఈవెన్ ఇప్పుడు చదువుతున్న విద్యార్థులు కూడా దే కెన్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ ది కంపెనీ అండ్ దెన్ అలాంటి పరిణామాలు కూడా ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. సో ఇవన్నిటిని బేస్ చేసుకొని ఇంకొక గర్వంగా చెప్పుకోవాల్సింది ఏమంటే ఈరోజు యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ స్టార్టప్ ఫెసిలిటీ దేశంలోనే మొదటి 2-3 స్థానాల్లో నిలిచి ఉందన్నమాట. సో ఇది ఇలాంటి నెక్స్ట్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పరంగా కానీ స్టార్టప్ పరంగా కానీ యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ ముందు ఉంది కాబట్టి దీన్ని నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్కి వెదర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ డెవలప్మెంట్ కానీ స్టార్ట్ అయిన కంపెనీస్ని ఎలా నెక్స్ట్ ఫేజ్కి తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి కానీ మా దగ్గర ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్న ఇంక్యుబేషన్ అయి ఉన్న 60 కంపెనీలను నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్కి ప్రమోట్ చేయడానికి ఇలాంటి ఈవెంట్స్ చాలా ఉపయోగపడతాయని చెప్పి ఈ ఫ్యాబాతో యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ అసోసియేట్ అయ్యి ఈ ఈవెంట్కి యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్లో చేయడానికి మా వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ బీజేరావు గారు ఒప్పుకున్నారు. దాన్ని ప్రమోట్ చేస్తున్నాము. డెఫినెట్గా ఇలాంటి కార్యక్రమాలు ఇంకా ముందు ఫ్యాబా తరపున ఏర్పాటు చేయడానికి యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ ముందు ఉంటుందని మీది చెప్పుకోగలుగుతున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
I also invite Dr. Ratnakar to say a few words. Dr. Ratnakar is the one who has been pioneering in artificial intelligence. In fact, he is the advisor for the government of India to come up with a policy on implementation of this or promoting artificial intelligence in healthcare and the biotechnology areas. And in fact, he is coordinating one of the panel discussions on artificial intelligence and its role in healthcare. Is it a hype or a hope? So maybe
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Ratnakar will elaborate on that.
Thank you. Once again, good afternoon, friends. బిందు మాధవ రెడ్డి గారు చెప్పినట్టుగా నేను కూడా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాను. ఈ డ్రగ్ డిస్కవరీ వర్క్షాప్తో పాటు వేల్ ట్యాంక్ ఈవెంట్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఆ వేల్ ట్యాంక్ ఈవెంట్లో మ్యాక్సిమం ఫోకస్ ఇస్తున్నది ఏంటి అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ బయో సైన్సెస్ బయోటెక్నాలజీ కాకుండా పీపుల్ హూ హ్యావ్ యాక్చువల్లీ గాట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ టెక్నాలజీ చక్రవర్తి గారు చెప్పినట్టుగా డిజిటల్ టెక్నాలజీస్ని కూడా యూస్ చేస్తూ ఈ ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ చేసిన వాళ్ళకి వీఆర్ గివింగ్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ టు కమ్ అండ్ షోకేస్ దేర్ ఇన్నోవేషన్ ఇన్ ద వేల్ ట్యాంక్. ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నాము అంటే ప్రొఫెసర్ రెడ్డి గారు ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పారు, గ్లోబల్గా దెర్ ఇస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్నోవేషన్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఫార్మస్యూటికల్ అండ్ బయోఫార్మా కంపెనీస్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ యాక్చువల్లీ లుకింగ్ అట్ స్టార్టప్స్ టు సపోర్ట్ దెమ్ ఇన్ టర్మ్స్ ఆఫ్ దర్ ఇన్నోవేషన్. సో దానికి FABA is trying to give a platform so that FABA can actually promote such startups who are actually meeting the global standards, showcase them to the global industry, and then allow them to make their innovation part of their overall research program. So దానికోసం ఈ 17th event, Whale Tank event is going to be of major focus. Second important thing, while government ఇప్పుడు బిందు మాధవ్ రెడ్డి గారు చెప్పినట్టుగా యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్ ఆస్పైర్ బయోనెస్ట్ ఆల్ దీస్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్ ఆర్ గివింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ సపోర్ట్ ఫర్ ద స్టార్టప్స్, బట్ అది ఒక స్టేజ్ వరకునే వెళ్తుంది. సో బియాండ్ దాట్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో అ హ్యాండ్ హోల్డింగ్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఫర్ దోస్ స్టార్టప్స్ టు గో టు ద మార్కెట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ద వేల్ ట్యాంక్స్ మేజర్ ఫోకస్ వుడ్ బి టు బ్రింగ్ ఇన్ ద వెంచర్ క్యాపిటలిస్ట్ who would actually be coming in. And Federation of Asian Biotech Associations formed a panel to shortlist over 100 applications which came in to participate in the whale tank. But FABA is not actually allowing all the 100 to come and showcase. Only selected startups will be given chance to showcase. So venture capitalists will actually find it easy to identify such startups and also provide them the necessary funding requirements for them to take their innovation into the next stage. So with all that, I'm sure the life sciences cluster meet, whatever has been envisaged by the Federation of Asian Biotech Associations, Science Gurus USA, University of Hyderabad, and many more academic, many more pharmaceutical companies have joined hands, because this is one such event where different attributes of the life sciences ecosystem is joining on one single platform. It is not limited to a particular state, a particular country, but this is actually happening globally. And that's where the FABA's main intent is. I just want to leave one more message before we actually end, before we go to the question and answer, is Federation of Asian Biotech Associations, Professor Redanagar Chepranatuga, is not limiting itself with just a Hyderabad chapter. Chakravarti Garu is sitting just next to me, who is spearheading this particular initiative to bring in countries globally to join hands, whether it is Vietnam, whether it is United States of America. Recently, United States of America also joined, and then a Federation of Asian Biotech Association chapter is opened. So many countries we are opening chapters, and our endeavor is only to bring in academia, industry, collaboration and interactions much more stronger. So with that, I will hand over to Jagdish to take the question and answers from everyone.
Thank you, sir. Are there any questions from you? Yeah.
How many applicants have been shortlisted, the startup applicants? And I have a question to Redana or Chakravarti. India does not lack in manpower and talent. Why is it that we are lacking in innovation infrastructure? What is it exactly? And thirdly, is there anything...
Yeah, one after another. Ratnan, the first question let him answer and then we'll go by rounds.
I thought I put the questions and maybe anyone.
No.
Okay. As I said, about 100 odd applications have come for the whale tank. Shortlisted, we would actually be shortlisting about 18 to 20. The reason why we are shortlisting 18 to 20 is not that we don't want the rest of the people not to participate. They will still participate. But 18 to 20 startups will get opportunity to present their innovation to the venture capitalists, while the rest will actually be witnessing the event. So 18 to 20 is going to be shortlisted by a panel which is outside of Federation of Asian Biotech Association, a neutral panel consisting of representatives from the industry, representatives from the venture capital, representatives from the funding agencies. So the panel is chosen that way so that there is a good representation.
So that it will be productive and useful for both the parties.
Ma'am, I will also add one more point. So for the remaining people who are not shortlisted, we are also training them how to be VC ready, how to be the venture capital ready. Because the startups, what we are encountering mainly in the life sciences are started by scientists. Many of them, when they translate their idea, they lack, whether they will be missing business skills or how to really take it to market or how to pitch to the investors when they need money. So this is where we are conducting one boot camp for them, actually tomorrow, so that we are training them how to be VC ready.
Another question, why we don't have a dearth of talent, but why we are lacking?
Innovation infrastructure.
Yeah, I think Indians have been contributing to the global innovative ecosystem. If you take major global companies wherever, most of them are being headed or working or associated with the global innovative companies. But it is not, within India we are not able to come up with such kind of thing. The reasons are many. That, as I was mentioning, innovations will happen only when the innovations that are happening in the academic institutions are taken over by the industry and then further developed. So it is due to lack of such kind of environment where the academy and industry work together. That is one of the things. And the kind of investment that is required for promoting innovations, one is government has to come up with the supporting system. The second one is innovations also have to be, there is a lot of risk associated with coming up with innovative products. Our industries are not ready to take that kind of risk and then go for innovative product development. because the success rate is anywhere 5 to 10%, or even less than that also sometimes. And no industry is ready to come up and then take the risk and move forward. And I was also mentioning about the venture financing system. Venture financing system is the one which is actually contributing for the Silicon Valley, or what you call it as Bay Area or Boston area or many other areas. It is the VC system, venture financing system, is the one which are coming forward and joining with academic institutions where innovations are happening. They are taking the risk. If any VC company is investing in 10 companies, maybe one will succeed, 9 will fail, but they are ready to take the risk. They are not giving a loan like our the government is giving loans, or banks are giving loans, but they are not giving loans. They are putting their money, hard money, and joining, partnering with the startups or partnering with the academic institutions. And that ecosystem is lacking here. So there are various factors. That is where, FABA, on behalf of FABA, we would like to take such kind of efforts and bringing academy industry together, and also promoting this kind of venture financing culture within India, and also representing the government of India to come up with various programs which will promote academy industry interactions and supporting system to the startups.
Things are positive now. It's not like before. Definitely, we are looking forward with the positive.
So the government has to see. It's not happy. When our global healthcare market, our share is 3.72, means we are not going to reach to the level of developed countries unless we promote this innovative ecosystem. And what are the ways and means, how it has to be done, is something that the government has to seriously consider and promote this.
Yeah, we can take any more questions. Ankita?
Yeah.
We will take one more question. Yeah, we will transfer the mic. Yeah, I can.
Sir, it's great to know that Hyderabad has the largest number of incubation. However, I would like to know, what is the selection criteria of all these startups that are going in the final rounds? As you said, 15, 20 people. Is it based on IT? Is it streamlined based on the local life science challenges that India is currently facing? Or is it based on the global life science challenges that the world is facing?
So Dr. Jagdish is the one actually came up with the idea of whale tank event and conducted successfully last year, and he will elaborate on that.
Yeah. So, it's a very tricky question, so it's not straightforward. So we have put a selection criteria based on many interests. One is VC's interest, where they would like to put money. So where they have, every investor, they have their own thesis. So, for example, a couple of them, they do not like to invest in a startup if something doesn't succeed or fail within 5 years. It is impossible in biotechnology because the clinical trials and everything will take a lot of time. So, by looking at all this criteria, we have selected a couple of, the selection criteria that we give for startups is they should be TRL 6 or 7. So, TRL means technology readiness level that we have for startups from 1 to 9. So if something is in 6 to 7 level, that means they are advanced stage startups. They have already proven something to the market that they will succeed. So we have chosen those startups because we are sure, we are not pretty sure that they will also succeed, but at least VCs are happy to talk to them because these are bigger investments. We are talking about a couple of millions. So that's where we have selected growth stage companies. For early stage companies, we do some other events, but Whale Tank is mainly for the growth stage companies. And we did not put any field. We have chosen complete life sciences. So in that startups, I'm happy to say that we have agriculture startups. We have core biotechnology, that means for human pharma startups, animal health startups, digital health startups, completely AI technologies. And there is also one company which is doing marketing for healthcare. So we are trying to cover everything under the umbrella of life sciences.
Is FABA having any official tie-up with any of the VCs? And you have the TI, Delhi, TI, Hyderabad, and you have the other
We have
Hyderabad.
strategic partners.
Who are the other VC partners in the 1.0 version?
So we have I mean how the partnerships work with FABA is that we go event based or otherwise people take FABA membership. So here we have partnered with several VCs. We have 20 plus VCs, and one of the big partner that is helping up is IVCA, Indian Venture Capitalist Association. So they themselves are a network of all VCs and PE firms. So we have association with them. Also many VCs we know them personally, because they are associated with either Aspire by Nest or otherwise because of our work. So we have, the list is given to you in the Whale Tank brochure. So a lot of them we know personally or through our work.
I think what exactly, as per the media's observation, what I had felt is the entire initiation is very humble, and it's trying to get that kind of importance. Actually, health and life sciences is always stands number one. But whereas everybody is running behind IT startups and fintech startups. So this sounds really nice, but what I feel is there's lack of media awareness, and this awareness not with just the press meet, but also it has to be carried forward in a series of episodes or something of that sort. And from Suman TV as a business editor, I am ready to collaborate.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So let me put, give some points. Many of the angel investors and the VC companies that are there, they are ready to invest in technology companies, IT-based companies, because they get the return on investments in a very short duration. But for life sciences, that is not the case. It will take me anywhere, maybe 5 to 10 years or even more sometime. Gestation.
I've been watching the Icon start. It hasn't been
much longer period, and that requires much more mature VCs, and which are not there. I was talking to the Hyderabad angel investors, and not even a single healthcare project was supported by them, because they know that it is highly risky, longer duration.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. As you have just come back from the US, I think you must have seen lots of VCs who are supporting the life sciences startups in US. So did you happen to meet any of the VCs who can come here?
Yeah, in fact, that's how the effort we have made specifically to identify those VCs which are ready to invest in healthcare. And those are the ones who are participating in our Whale Tank.
Some of the VCs are coming from USA participating.
Yep, some of them. Well known. And in that respect, Jagadish has made enormous effort to convince them to participate in that.
Yeah. We'll be looking forward for that.
Yeah.
And also the
On 17th you could join us.
Sure.
Also the mindset of Indian VCs is also changing. So they are also interested to invest in healthcare as well as life sciences companies. It's just a matter of time. And initiatives like us has to go forward. And also Indian government, BIRAC has done tremendous work. They have first set up the infrastructure. There are around 75 BioNest incubators. You please come to University of Hyderabad. We'll show you what is a biotechnology incubator. Huge infrastructure, and startups have lots of subsidies to work there. And this is just a start. I think our trajectory has started now. We cannot just compete immediately with US or any other mature ecosystems, but our journey has started and it's going to be very big.
Thank you.
So I have a last question. So we have talked about some of the preventive measures, for example, gene therapy, cell therapy, and human chips. What are some of the key drug developments that we've had with the life sciences?
So in the kind of startup companies that are there in University of Hyderabad, and in fact, if you visit the website, the BioNest uohyd.ac.in, I think we will share you that it has the list of all the startup companies that are there. And in fact, some of the companies were on what is called as the organ on a chip, or the digital printing of organs, those companies were also there. And so we have the entire spectrum of life sciences companies. 30 plus odd companies are there, and some of them have graduated. We can provide you the list. If you hit Aspire Bionest University of Hyderabad on Google, you will get to that, and we can share you the list of companies also that are there. And you are invited to join, to come and visit us at University of Hyderabad, so that you can witness the elaborate infrastructure that was provided to the startups. Unlike for IT-based startup, what you need is a table and bench, a chair and system is enough. But for healthcare, it requires much more than that.
Any other questions?
So thank you very much, as one of our learned friends from Suman TV was saying. These kind of initiatives need more and more awareness among the general public and industry and academia also, widespread, so that people will be having interest. And a lighter vein, somebody is asking why people should invest in this long gestation result-oriented startups, etc. Telugulo cheppalante Rajamouli cinema ennalu teestadu. He has a confidence that he is going to hit the target. 6 years. Normally a picture nowadays people are producing in 3 months. This is why he takes 5-6 years. He knows. So that's on a lighter vein, but these need a longer gestation period. And a lot of the American VCs are investing, knowing fully well the capability. In a lab, it starts with one guy. It's not a big organization. But the guy has to really see the potential of that particular invention. And he invests heavily. Can you believe the people who invest a couple of billion in a startup which has not started yet, with just an idea? So you have to have the belief and then incubate and do this. The phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials follow suit. That's not yet started. But in India, like Ratna also saying, actually, the people are not really ready to that. But it is changing. It is changing. We are looking at it. So we are all global citizens now. We are not just Indians. The landscape of the healthcare is completely changing. As he rightly mentioned, it's not the IT. It's the pharma and the biosimilars, biotechnology, which is going to rule Indian economy in the coming years. Supported very well by IT, because believe me, IT will be become integral part of this, like it is becoming integral part in aerospace, electronics, and all other aviation everywhere. But the pharma and life sciences, the role of the IT is much, much bigger for the benefit of the mankind, and also growth in the national economy, and keep India at top in world position. So with this, we conclude this the press meet.
Professor Sabath wanted to elaborate on the point.
No, I was trying to tell. You see, innovation is a little different game. But as an academician, we generate a lot of knowledge, right? So this my view is that we have to ignite those minds, right? Who has risk-taking capability, who has willingness to do something apart from conventional things, right? So, and at that, we need a lot of this, I was telling, experiential learning. Industry mentors has to handhold those young minds. We have to start it from the early stage, right? Probably we are not able to catch them early in those classrooms, ignite them enough to take this kind of risk and come to the market and do these things. Now time has come, slowly it is changing, probably with more industry academia interaction again. The industry who has experience of all these things, right? If they go and they tell, okay, these are the risks, these are the things you have to be done, probably things will change and many people will come towards this side. So this is my opinion.
Chakravarti, just one clarification.
Yeah.
How good is the industry to, how poised is it rather to have predictive analytics to ensure the demand forecast is boosted?
Demand for?
Demand for the drugs forecast is boosted.
It's already in that the world is short of drugs now. In India, we say that we are producing more, but the world is short of drugs. The only thing is there is a lot of demand-supply gap is always there. This is where we are identifying, even though it's not the forum we are talking about on the pharmaceutical forums. There are some countries which really need drugs. So the Indian government is on the journey of identifying those countries and those areas so that our export markets also will increase. The future is bright for Indian pharma and biotechnology as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.